Hey Euphonium world, today we're going to talk about how to take care of your instrument. In your supply kit, you should have gotten three things that we're going to talk about today. You have a cleaning cloth in there, but we're really going to talk about what to do with these three items. So you have this little brush, looks kind of like a little Christmas tree, and you have something in there that looks like chapstick, but it's not. Don't put this on your lips. It won't kill you, but you don't want to put it on your lips. So you have the slide grease, and then you have a bottle of valve oil. Somewhere on it, it will say valve oil. Yours might be a different color. It might be blue, but somewhere on there it's going to say valve oil. You don't want to use any other type of oil on your instrument. It must be specifically valve oil. All right, I'm going to start with the little brush. Some of you might have baby brothers and sisters at home that have bottle brushes that you clean out their bottles with. Well, this is kind of the same thing, but it's used to clean your mouthpiece. Especially with our current virus situation that we have going on right now, cleaning your mouthpiece is going to be really important. Sometimes we do that with a sanitizing spray that is alcohol-based, that sanitizes and sterilizes your instrument, but you can also use soap and water if you're at home. So you could use a little bit of toothpaste on this, or you can put a little bit of liquid soap on there. It doesn't matter which one. Turn on the water, some warm water, not hot, just warm, and get it a little bit damp, and then you're just gonna go in and out here of the mouthpiece, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then do the other side, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then run that under your warm water to rinse. Don't forget to rinse your brush out and let that dry, and then it can go back into your case. That's how we take care of the mouthpiece. The next thing is the slide grease. So you have several slides on your instrument. I am going to show you the big one, your main tuning slide. Sorry, didn't mean to pull that out so quickly. And that is basically what all of your slides look like. Some of them are very short and skinny, and then others of them are bigger. So you can see how there are two different colors of metal here. The outside metal, which on most of our instrument is kind of a gold tone that has lacquer on it, and then the inside part of the metal, which is just the brushed part that doesn't have the finish polish on it. That is the part that I want to put my slide grease. So I'm going to open my slide grease, and this is like chapstick, so you're just going to push up a little bit and then apply. I like to apply it around the end here, close to the opening, the end of the pipe. And if you want, you can rub that in with your finger. It's gonna get all over you if you do that. So here's another method you can use. Take that pipe and insert it back into the brass casing. And as you push straight in, you're just gonna simply twist back and forth slowly. This distributes the grease. And then come back out gently. You don't ever want to move this in this direction. It's always straight in, straight out. Then do the other side. I didn't get nearly as much on this one as I did on the other one. Now, when you get it here, if you have excess, I like to have a tissue handy. Just wipe that off. And you always need to be careful when you pull your slide out to notice, where is my water key? Some valves, some slides, when you put them back in, the positioning of the water key is very, very important. So you see here on the front how all the keys, the water keys are there. So when I'm emptying my water key, I want to pay attention to that. On this particular instrument, these just happen to be the same size here, but you'll notice that one is bigger than the other. So if I try and put that in that way, it's not going to go. So you don't want to force anything on your instrument ever. So I've got that upside down, so I would turn it the other way. And now it can move gently back in there. This particular slide, the big one on the back, is not going to be pushed all the way in. It should always be out just a little bit, about in that position right there. The next part that we want to do is to teach you how to put some oil in your valves. So I'm sitting on the floor doing this. So I've got you could also put this in your case to have your case help you hold it up. But I'm gonna do it this way so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna slip my arm through there so it doesn't accidentally tip over. I'm gonna take the cap off my valve oil. And when I oil my valves, I like to do them in order. So you will learn that there's a 1, 2, and a 3. So I like to start with 1 and then go to 2 and then go to 3. So I'm gonna start with the first one. I would loosen the cap just till it pops up. And then I'm gonna pull up a little bit. And the metal here, the part with the holes, that's what we're trying to get to. I'm gonna tilt this just a little bit so that the oil runs down but doesn't drip all over me. I'm just gonna put it on the top. So kind of liberally, but you don't want to drown it. Then kind of work that up and down a little bit. Twist, up and down, twist, up and down. And then if you look very carefully right here, there is a little notch. That is going to match up with a little notch that you have on the top of your valve. That one's right there. I don't know if you can see it in the video. So when I put this down, I want that little notch to go into that little notch that's cut in the bottom. It's going to push down in there, and when it clicks down into that, I'm going to gently tighten the cap here. And you have to make sure that these threads are aligned. If they are not, you can cause some damage, so go slowly. Make sure that's clicked down. And then tighten that. Don't tighten super tight, but just till it stops. Okay, then you would follow that same procedure for valve number 2 and valve number 3, and then work that up and down. It should move quickly, like this one is moving here. If it goes really slow, then you didn't put enough valve oil on that and you got to start over. Okay, so go ahead and stop the video and take care of oiling your valves so we can get ready to play some different notes.